Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and in this video I'm going to walk you through everything that we have used for cloth diapering from an infant all the way to a toddler, and I'm going to explain what we used, how it worked for us, and all that good stuff. Let's get started. So I have a 2.5-year-old boy and a 4-month-old girl, so this video is mostly about our experience with cloth diapering our son. Like I said, he's 2.5 years old, so we have not quite gotten to potty training yet, but when we get there I will definitely end up making a video about it. But this is going to be about all the things that we have used and things that we've outgrown and all that from the time he was about 3 months old to where he's at now at 2.5. So after we moved out of the newborn size, we did move to one size all-in-ones, and we used those pretty exclusively for a little bit. So one of the ones that we used was the Thirsties Natural One Size All-in-One. So this is the Velcro version. There is a snap version. So there's 3 rise snaps, the Velcro, and here's what the inside looks like. It's got 2 inserts sewn in. And this diaper is definitely my favorite one size all-in-one. It fits well. Very rarely did we have any absorbency issues for a while. I will get to that in a minute. And we actually used these for nap time until my son was about 18 months old, and then we had to go to fitteds. So this was definitely my favorite. So the other one size all-in-one that we used is the Diaper all-in-one. The really neat thing about this is you can actually kind of customize the inside. So there's actually 2 inserts and they snap in. So there's a small one and then there's a larger one here. There's a small and large one. So the neat thing about this is when they're smaller, like right now my daughter is currently wearing one size all-in-ones, but they're snapped all the way up. And for like these, she has just the small one snapped in, the small insert. And that works just fine for her absorbency at the moment. So that works really well, and then as they grow you can put the bigger one in, and actually you don't even need any inserts at first. There is a little bit of absorbency just built into the lining of the diaper, so for a newborn you may not even need to put any inserts in. The one thing about this diaper, I've never been a big fan of the hip snap, this 3rd snap right here. I know what it's for, but the issue is when they get to these outer snaps, when the diaper's snapped on, and they get to say like the last 2, this hip snap is exposed against their skin, and I'm just not a fan of that. So this diaper is really great for the customizable options. It is an all-in-one, but you can of course customize it with the inserts. So these 2 diapers we used pretty exclusively for quite a while. The Diaper ones, we started to have leaking issues and we pulled them all at about 15 months, unfortunately. And then for the Thirsties ones, like I said, we used these during the daytime and even for nighttime until about 18 months. And then at 18 months for nap time, we went to fitteds. But at about a year and 9 months, we started to have a lot of leaking issues with these, and we had to move on from them as well. So while we were using those during the day, at night we were using the Thirsties one size natural fitteds. So here's what they look like on the outside. The 3 rise snaps across the top, and then this insert snaps in just like that. So we used these for nighttime until about 18 months, and then we had to move on at nighttime because the absorbency was not holding up anymore. I even would put in an extra insert or doubler, and he would still leak out of these at about 18 months. So these started to not work, but As I mentioned earlier, nap time we had to go to a fitted, so these were not wasted. We did start using them for nap time, but they just did not hold up any longer for a 12-hour stretch at night. So one of the issues that I kind of have with this diaper is that it has shrunk a lot since we first got it. I mean, so much so in fact that my daughter, who is like 4 or 5 snaps in, on a regular one size all-in-one is only 1 or 2 snaps in. I mean, that's a significant difference for a diaper that should be pretty much the same size. So she's not even going to get to a year in these diapers, unfortunately. And she's currently wearing these at night. So at 18 months, we had to move on from the Thirsties at night. But like I said, we started using them at nap time. So at night, we moved into the Sloom overnight bamboo fleece fitteds. These are great. This is an extra large, but when we first at 18 months we got the large size and that fit perfectly. So here's what they look like on the outside. Big diaper. There is a doubler as well as a snap-in insert that is folded over like so. So these 3 all go in this diaper, and that is a significant amount of absorbency, and we do not have any issues with this. We eventually, like I said, have had to move on into the extra large, but at about 18 months the large fit perfectly. So besides the overnight bamboo fitteds, we did get the Happy Little Clouds from Sloom. These aren't as absorbent. The main part of the diaper is like a terry, it feels like a towel, and the inside just has this one snap-in insert that is doubled like that, so it doesn't have as much absorbency built in. So the sizing is different as well. They have a 2-size system for the Happy Little Clouds, a size 1 and a size 2, and basically the size 1 should be like a small and a medium built in, and then the size 2, which is what this is, should be the same as a large and an extra large. So you can see it's the same size as the extra large. And then what you do, if you don't need it that big, you're still in the large size, is this part up here folds down, and then you'll just move this part back, but yeah, and then this becomes your new, it's like having a built-in rise, and then you snap it like that. And now it's smaller, it's in the large size. So this is actually what we use for nap time now. These worked for nap time for a little bit, but my son just doesn't fit in them anymore. It's not even that they leaked during nap time, it doesn't fit him. So we use these now at nap time, and they work really nicely. They do not work for overnight for us just because it's not as absorbent. This you cannot go wrong with. And actually I'm going to be getting some of these, I think, for my daughter in a medium. She should fit in those just because the Thirsties ones have shrunk so much. So these are holding up really well, and we have a bunch of these for nighttime. So once my son turned 2, we were using these for nap time and nighttime, and we still use them, and I anticipate using them all the way up through potty training. So we eventually started to have a ton of leaking issues during the day at about 1 year and 9 months, and we spent quite a bit of time troubleshooting different options for the daytime for my son, and at about 2 years old we finally figured out what worked, and this is still what we're using now for the daytime. So these are prefolds. These are the size medium clothies ones. We didn't buy these. These were actually given to us by a family member who had since moved on from cloth diapering, so she gave us a whole bunch of these, and I trifold them. But I not only trifold them, I have to put in an extra insert. So some of these inserts are from pocket diapers that I never used or didn't end up using for very long. Separate inserts that I've bought, and I have to put an insert inside the diaper like this, fold it up, and then I put this in a cover, And this is what he has to use during the day. He just, I don't know if it's because he's so big or what, if he just goes a lot, but this is what we have to do during the day. And it works. It's still working. So this fits perfectly inside a cover. You don't have to fold it down or anything. It fits perfectly from one end to the other. So this is what we have been doing since my son was 2 years old, and it is working very nicely. However, I'm just noticing that he's getting bigger, and we still have several months until I feel like we could start potty training. So I have a little mini haul here. I bought some more prefolds, the size extra large, and they are, in fact, extra large. Now, these of course have not been washed, so they're going to fluff up and shrink and all that. But I did buy some extra large ones as well as some snappies. I have never used these, not once. I've always done the tri-fold thing with the prefolds, but I think we might need to try wrapping him up in the diapers now that he's getting a little bigger. And with the extra large ones, I thought this might be a good time to try that out. I'll let you guys know how that all goes when we get to the potty training. I'll do a little update how the rest of this worked. So that is how cloth diapering has worked out with my son. And like I said, he's been a big boy. He's always been a big boy. He's still growing. And I feel like a lot of people may not need to go through as many changes as we have had to make. But that's just how it has worked out with him. I'm not sure how things are going to go with my daughter. She's a lot smaller. She's currently still just using all-in-ones all the way snapped up, and we are of course having no issues. She's 4 months old. So you may not have to make as many changes to your stash as we have had to make, but I just wanted to show you guys what we have used, kind of the timeline of how everything has come to be, and what we are currently using now. So I will make an update video probably when my son is closer to 3, just to let you guys know how the new prefolds and snappies are working for us and how they fit under some of our covers. So I hope you guys are able to take some of the information that I have just given, and hopefully it makes sense to you. Maybe you can use some of these things, or you may just pass on them saying, I can see why that didn't work for her and that may not work for me. So that's my goal when I make these videos, is just to share what we have used, what I have learned, and hopefully you can take something from that. So give me a thumbs up if you like this video, if you like cloth diapering videos, if you have any questions down below. I know I gave a lot of information, and I really hope I did it in a way that made sense. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys all in my next video.